Thanks for waiting for us, guys. We had to go out into the most beautiful weather I've ever seen in my life. Oh my gosh, it's warm. The sun is out. It's sandal season, y'all. And I know for a lot of you who are watching, you're down south and you're going, girl, we've been there. Up here in the Northeast, we've been waiting for it. And we know a lot of you at home have been waiting for this today's special value. You've been waiting for the Tide. Anytime I talk about Vionic and Perfect Accessory, I'll come join you, ladies, if you don't mind. I always say I started with Tide. And I say that because A, it's the truth, and B, this is how most of you have started with the brand. You started by picking up what looked like just a really adorable flip-flop, an adorable thong sandal, and then you realize the contours underneath, the science inside of it, made not just your feet feel fabulous, but your entire body feel better. Knees and hips and back and shoulders, and at the end of the day, you actually feel re-energized as opposed to drained of energy. Now, often the Tide sandal and all of the sandals from Vionic, well, they come at a price tag that's far higher, frankly, than the one that you're seeing right now. Then, of course, at QVC, it will be $79, but the retail value of the Tide Shona is $89.98. But now that it's $59.98, you might do like I did this morning and order more than one. One for inside, one for outside. One color that you love and a new fashion color that you haven't tried before. We offer these in whole sizes, and we'll talk about what to do if you're in between, and medium width only. I would say, and we'll talk about this with Liam too, that unless you are the true wide, like you can only ever wear wide, you can pick these up today. And we have free returns or exchanges for up to 30 days. Since midnight, 26,000 orders have been placed. That's well over half of the quantity with which we started. And here we are, early afternoon, counting them down. So first up, we have it in the pewter. 2,000 remain. This color choice is called macaroon. 1,700 remain in macaroon. Next, we have it in black, and that is a safer bet. Now, I pop these on because of the name only. I love it. Rose gold. Popular all day long. Look at the cutouts. This is a new upper. We'll talk about that. Moving down, I mean, we're not going to have a Memorial Day weekend and not offer a red. Ooh, I don't like that. I said it before it even hit my brain. 600 remain in red. Then we haven't hit even beginnings of prime time. Okay, what about white? We started with 5,000. We have 1,400 remain. That's not going to last either. And then the navy, red, white, and blue. We have 2,000 remaining in the navy. You can go to QVC.com, type TSV. You can call us, and I hope you will, also to share your story at 1-800-395-1601. It seems like such a simple thing. It's a sandal. What's the big deal? Well, it's a massive deal. Podiatrist designed, APMA seal of acceptance. It's got a really cool backstory too. And a really cool guest. His name is Liam Burke. He's the VP of Sales for Vionic. Liam's like, what cool guy?
Thanks for calling me cool.
She's talking about me.
Well,
he is a cool dude. Good to see you. Hey,
thanks for having me.
Congrats again, although pretty much everybody called it because I think about like Bethlehem Lights Christmas tree or like, you know, Dyson vacuum, or like, it's going to happen. We know we have to do this TSV. And if we didn't offer a Tide TSV, there would be pitchforks and torches, right?
Exactly right. And look, it's amazing. There's not a lot you can do actually on a sandal design, but it is just amazing how our design team continue to re-engineer, if you like, the Tide pattern. And you know, this looks great because you're getting that really beautiful little floral detail cut out. The straps are a little bit thicker than probably what you've seen on a Tide before, but then this beautiful soft leather that we're using, you'll be absolutely delighted when you get these home because it is such a beautiful soft material there. But it's on that construction, on that Tide construction, which you've come to know and love, and has started so many people's Vionic collections over the years.
Yeah, I mean, it is your flag, it's your DNA, it's the flagship, and it is all about what it, and you may not realize this because I didn't really think about it. You think of certain shoes as comfortable or uncomfortable. The bulk of that is from what's happening in the part of the shoe that you don't see when you look in the mirror.
Exactly.
It's happening underneath. And the reason why 1.1 million Tide sandals have sold here at QVC is all because of the design that's happening underfoot.
Exactly, and you know, that's what we talk about with that VioMotion technology, because it is really going to change, you know, what you've come to expect from footwear. So we're delivering you that wonderful stability, fantastic cushioning, amazing flexibility, and all of that put together is going to give you that wonderful balance in your life. Because at Vionic, what we want to talk about is bringing you wearable wellness, and you know, that is done through this technology. But again, the technology is not going to mean a thing unless you actually like the style either. So we want you to be able to wear it, and that's where these beautiful designs with absolutely sublime materials really come into their own.
All right, so I'm going to do something that I don't usually do. I'm going through the colors again early, just because I'm hearing all the updates that we're getting. I know that we're counting certain of our colors down, and we have some favorites that are taking the lead in this presentation. I have another presentation with Liam later on, but then we hit prime time. A lot of people coming home early, probably from work, getting that long weekend going, and they're going to see that today is Tide Day, if you will, and want to get theirs. First up, that is your pewter. We have fewer than 2,000 in the pewter. These are, I mean, you know, these are microscopic numbers for today's special value and something so popular. Macaroon. 1,600. Can we pause there for a second and just like talk about what that color means? No, when you think about macaroon, it could be like a lot of different colors.
It could be, right? It's that really nice sort of light tan, almost like a mocha type of color there. And I think, again, perfect neutral. I think anything that you see on this top shelf here are going to be all your neutral options, right? So the beautiful pewter, the macaroon,
and the most tonal.
Yeah, I agree.
You know what I mean?
I agree.
Pewter and macaroon. Okay, then we have the black.
I love the combination with the black with that tan footbed. That's one of my favourite colour combinations. And yeah, so I think that's a really nice one. But
if you're the jewellery gal, if you love the idea of like sun hitting the water and that shimmer that you get, just joyful summer sun, go with the rose gold. It's the most popular right now. And I would say it's more rose than gold. I
agree, yeah. I think you've got that really nice, almost like a mauve or mauve kind of undertone to it as well.
True.
But really, really beautiful when the light hits it. And I think, you know, probably you've got a great ability there to dress that up just a little bit more as well.
Agreed. Your fancy tides.
The fancy tides.
We have 500 left in the red.
Oh my goodness.
Oh no. Well, I mean, we probably should have called it right. Here's what I love.
Look at the
Even
detail.
the cutout of, like, this is a little thing. It doesn't cut out and then you see this weird, generic, like plain leather. It's red all the way through. Like, you can tell by shots like that that this is really high quality. Anyway, there's the white. 1,300 left in white. These ship for free. I understand why a lot of you are getting multiples. And then finally, the navy. All right, it's A645628. Quick nugget about sizing, if you don't mind.
Sure, yeah, so whole sizes only. So if you sit on the half size, we recommend you go down to the nearest whole size. So 8.5 down to an 8, 7.5 down to a 7. And if you're on the whole size, stay with that, you'll be good as gold. And then from a width perspective, we've only made this in a medium width. And the reason being is because the Tide construction is one of our most forgiving constructions in the range. So medium to a slightly wider foot type, you'll be good as gold with this one.
All right, so now let's get into why they're so dang comfortable, how they are so supportive in such a simple thing.
Well, we can talk about it because this is really where Vionic pioneered the footwear industry, if you like. And actually, we can actually go to that a little bit later. You want to go to that now? Should we go over to it? All right, well, let's start. So this is the original, right? And it doesn't look like much, but the story behind it, right, is that there was a marathon runner that Phil Vasili, our founder, used to look after. Before we even made shoes or anything, these just made custom-made orthotics. Okay, so this gentleman, he was a marathon runner, he was a sanitation worker. He wore two types of shoes. His sneakers when he was running and work, and that's the days where they used to run behind the truck. That was his marathon training, right, of running behind the truck. And then he only ever wore flip-flops, but he never got the same support with his flip-flops. So he, Australian ingenuity right here is he just taped the
orthotic insole.
This is like $300 or $400 orthotic, by the way, on top of like a $5 flip-flop.
On top of a drugstore.
And he walked in for a checkup with Phil and said, oh yeah, I had to do that. And Phil sort of fell over because he goes, well, why, I wouldn't have done that to a $400 insert. But he went, okay, there could be an idea here. And that was really the birth of it. That was in the early 90s, right? And it's that same concept, so those same contours, and the fact that we're able to provide you with that type of podiatrist design technology. Thankfully, we've styled them up a little bit more since then.
Yeah, they look a little better.
But you know, maybe we'll bring back an OG collection of it. We never know.
We'll sell a single one,
there we go.
It'll be fine.
Exactly, but we're still able to apply that same DNA, that same technology into these types of shoes because, you know, traditionally, if you wore flip-flops, you were getting no support. They were just built completely flat. But here you've still got those same great contours, that nice deep heel cup, that podiatrist design technology, and that's what's going to be the life-changing piece of this. And this is what's really going to help bring balance back to your life, back to your day, no matter what your day looks like.
I love, by the way, that you called it life-changing. And usually that phrase, like if somebody uses it and it's like jewelry or something, I go, okay, let's calm down, right? You know, it's amazing. Is it life-changing? Well, if something can actually help relieve common causes of foot pain and knee pain, things that I'm not allowed to say unless it's actually true. If it can do that, we're addressing pain, that is life-changing. And from someone who spent way too long in the way wrong shoes for hours and hours and hours, and I'm now paying the price for it, I love Vionic ties. They're what I wear around the house, and they're what I wear outside of the house as well, because having that support is a rarity in that it is instant gratification.
Exactly, and it's funny, like so many people have so many pairs of the Tide, and I was chatting to my wife about this last night, and she was saying, I have different versions. So the new ones, they're the good ones, but like yesterday it was raining, she wasn't going to wear her good ones out in the rain, so then she went to the second tier of Tide that she's had.
Stacey, and I totally relate. Yeah, I got my fancy ones and the casual ones.
Out in the garden are the ones from 7 years ago when she was painting the basement, so they got little paint splecks on them.
Awesome.
So yeah, but that's why we have to keep bringing you these wonderful Tides in all these different iterations. But we can have a look at what the technology is going to do. Like this was the start of that aha moment with that original sandal that we just had a look at, but the principle still remains the same of what we're able to deliver you. So here's the problem. It's not Kylene, it's actually the hard, flat, unnatural surface. But just let me show you what's happening here. I've just realigned her foot, and now you see how those lines have straightened up. But if I take that support away, everything starts to roll back over again. That's what we know as overpronation or excess pronation. And that can put a lot of stress and strain on the soft tissues and joints in the foot and the lower leg, and even create some issues running up the leg and even into the lower back as well. And just as a comparison, Jen, let me just pop Kylene into just that regular flip-flop. She's actually rolling over more now because she's actually got cushioning underneath the foot. So it's actually rolling over even further. So let me just take you out of that. And this is the cool part, right? We pop her into here, and as you said, that instant gratification. Now you can see the lines a lot straighter. You don't have to wait 2 or 3 or 4 weeks to see the difference. You slip your foot in here, you get that natural alignment and that feeling of relief straight away.
And what I always love to say is, okay, so we don't have the X's and the dash marks all over our legs, right? But you're smart enough to realize, wait, if it's adjusting my ankle, well, every bone's connected to every bone. So if it sorts all that out, it's sorting out every subsequent joint and bone, which is why at the end of the day, you feel so much better. Actually, can you come back to that close-up, because I think this is important. Look at how it is contouring to meet every curve of my foot. We do the flashlight test sometimes here on the air, right? We put that flashlight underneath, and you can see all kinds of light coming through under non-supportive shoes. And this blocks out every gap. It's like a membrane foam mattress that fills in the curves of your back.
Well, you saw how your foot was sitting into the footbed, not on top of it, right? If that makes sense. So, and you know, that's really the beauty of this VioMotion technology, because through the deep heel cut, we're delivering you stability. Through the podiatrist design technology, we're delivering you the arch support. We've got the cushioning with our beautiful EVA footbed, and of course, it's super flexible. So they're all the things, you know, if you design the perfect shoe, they're the things you want to put into it, and voila, here you go.
And voila, and it just happens to be cute, comfortable, like fresh design. Love the little cutouts, love the price. For all the science that we're talking about, and a $400 insole, right, taped to a drugstore flip-flop.
That was the custom-made one, though, so they're always a little more.
This is basically, it's also worth noting, the average of hundreds of those insoles.
Exactly, yeah.
Which is why universally everybody gets such a great fit. We're going to go through the colors again, and I have a phone call to take. We love hearing from our Vionic family. I ordered 2 this morning, one of which was the pewter. This is called macaroon. We're down to 1,400 in the macaroon. Wait, didn't I just say 2,000?
Wow.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, so it went from 2,000 to 1,400. Here it is in black. That's your safest bet right now. Rose gold is the other color that I bought, and it's very popular. And then down low, it's getting really crazy. So the red, there's 400. So this could go in this show. White, 1,200. Honestly, that could go too. And navy, 1,900. Free shipping, free shipping. Whole sizes, if you're a half size, size down. Medium width only, unless you're the true wide or the very narrow. Go with the medium. But since midnight, 28,000 have been ordered, 2,000 in this show. One of which went to Carol in Virginia. Carol, welcome in, live on this gorgeous day and a holiday weekend. Let me introduce you to Liam. My name is Jen.
G'day, Carol.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, we're doing
Great.
great. You pick up the TSV?
I did.